We are going to obviously getting code and getting all these great features built is very important. Of course, the next step is to get people to use it and really expand the community who's actually making use of all these great tools that we're building and the great platform that we have here. And so we have a couple of projects underway that I wanted to just give you a very brief introduction to in terms of building our documentation, sets of tutorials and training for the new version of the platform. And that's what I'm going to talk about very quickly here. Although I just wonder how many of you realize 1.1 did have some pretty good documentation with some very hard work at the University of Michigan and others who brought together a set of manuals and 8 tutorials. These are all on the website and have been there, and their tutorials are loaded. And are very good, actually, to give you an introduction to at least a few of the features of the current system. And we even have, thanks to the Michigan team, a brief description of the differences in the interface between version 1.1 and 1.2. All of these can be seen on our YouTube channel, and I encourage you to take a look at that. But we are putting together, we have the teams now working with the developers and the teams that we've heard from this morning, this afternoon, and we've brought in Eric Kaplan, who has joined us as the project manager for the documentation program. And the goals that we set forth is to build up a 1.2 version of the user guide, online help, a technical guide with a little more detail, the release notes, migration guidelines, and data loading manual, and we're working to put these all together. Again, as a community effort, this is going to be a lot of activities to pull together, but Eric is a technical writer. He knows and appreciates the science and a lot of what's gone into this, and we'll work to pull these together. But again, we're working to bring this all into a usable form, especially to help bring new people to use the platform and get the most out of it. We'll be rolling these out as they're finished, and you can watch and you'll see announcements and availability on the website. And we're hoping to have at least initial versions of all, if not most of these, if not all of these, by the annual meeting in 5 weeks. And so if you may hear from Eric, if you're a developer or working with the system or doing some testing as he tries to gather the information that he needs. Similarly, Alex Papa has joined the project. She is leading the collection and creation of the video and tutorial program. Similarly, trying to pull together a broader overview of what 1.2 is, differences in 1.1 and 1.2, and looking at the key features between, that are some of which we saw today and some of the other pieces that are there. And again, we're targeting the completion of this for the annual meeting to at least have first versions of all of these for everyone to be able to use. I wanted to highlight that, we're really trying to focus less on which buttons to push and really trying to get at what's the real goal of the various features and capabilities, what's the scientific use and value of them, and really have some good stories that we can really explain how the functions work, but also giving you some sort of tips on how what these were designed to do and what types of science you can actually do and what types of questions and answers you can ask. As I mentioned, we have a YouTube channel set up now. This just shows the playlist for the tutorials that are already out there, again, from the University of Michigan. These are very nicely done, and they are a description of what a different feature might be, say creating a heat map and a full video of how you do it. The creating gene signatures, pretty might be a little boring kind of a thing, is because a lot of just pushing which buttons to push, but they've done a really nice job in terms of capturing what sorts of buttons to push and some annotations to it. And then the advanced analysis tool, they we have closed captioning in there to help you make sure you get a good picture of what the features are. What we're trying to strive for is to bring together a good script with the data set involved and all these brought together to create the tutorial. with the idea being that you can use these tutorials in a fashion where you can actually, execute the same tutorial on your machine with a live data set and the live platform running on a demo site, so that you really have a chance to really use this, each of these capabilities, and really learn what they are and how they function. And that's really the goal of, pulling these together. How can you help? If you have been using the platform, you have some good scientific stories and some interesting data sets, we'd love to hear from you. Get an idea of what your story is, why you used it, what's the value, and this team, between Alex and Eric, they will pull them together and get them, packaged up so that people can, we can share them with the rest of the community. The third piece of this is a training program. We really have a goal to put together a set of courses. These at least will encompass a user training course, an admin training course, and we will get to an advanced training course, also with the opportunity potentially of having custom courses developed for specific groups. The goal is to have on-site training so that we can come to your organization, your company, or your university and teach a course. This could be just people from the organization, or it could be regional, say in Boston or Cambridge or San Francisco, something where we'll come in and do a training. We're also looking at having a webinar-based training program. We hope to. The plan is that these are going to be very well done courses with including manuals and good descriptions and course syllabi. So we're developing these. These will be fee-based, actually support the creation of these training programs. And these are collaborative efforts that we'll be doing with some of the tranSMART vendors who do training already, and working with the foundation to try to put these classes out there so that, again, our focus can be to expand the community and the number of people actually can use the program. And the platform. The first training course, we've been working with Rancho Bioscience to put together an introductory course that we are trying to organize to get at the annual meeting, and we'll hear more about this shortly. And if you are interested, though, please let me know, and we can talk about that. So that's the brief description of these three programs. Again, trying to pull this together for everyone. I'm going to spend just another minute just to talk quickly about our rebranding that we've been doing on the foundation, and trying to pull together, just to bump up, our look and feel of what we're doing. It's been 18 months since the foundation itself was founded. We've now had our second, release of the platform. We have 18 member communities as part of the family, and 50 different organizations at least using the platform. And so, as we're coming up to our second annual meeting, we thought it would be good to have a new look and feel for, some of our capabilities. Now, I want to emphasize we have the same goals, the same mission. It's just we now have an improved platform, and we thought, a fresh look, might be kind of cool for us. So we designed a new logo for the foundation, which you see here, trying to make it, the open, in line with some of the open communities out there, and in terms of how the logo looks and the feel of it. A new logo for the platform itself. Again, we can use these to help us brand, who we are and what we're doing. We've put together a new website. I'm not going to go through it now for time, but please go visit the website. It's been all redesigned. All the old information is there, and we've got a lot of new stuff that we're putting in. We plan to keep this, fully up to date and hopefully pretty dynamic, so that you can get all the information that you need about what we're doing, the platform, the community, and the membership. And a blog is part of this, and so we'll have this available for everyone to look at. It's up there as of today. It is live. I'd love to get your feedback on it. We have started a newsletter, you may have noticed, as we announced this launch event, and so we will be sending out, instead of sending you 1,000 individual emails, we thought that we were feeling bad about doing that so much even during the summer. We're trying to gather all the information that we have and put it into a newsletter form so that you can go to one place and see, what's upcoming, what some of the things that we're doing, and do that in an email blast for you. And so you should have seen this already. If you're not on the mailing list, please let us know. We can make sure you get on it. And then the last piece is, broadening our visibility in terms of presence at conferences, doing presentations, and really building ourselves a bibliography of what we're doing. And so, we've got a publication section on the website now where we're trying to gather up all the different articles that are published about, either about tranSMART itself or about people doing science using the system, which is even more important. And on the site, you have a chance, if you have published an article, if you've read an article that you think is interesting for the community, you can just fill in as much as you know about it. We'll track it down and get it added to the publication list. The same for presentations, the same for information that might be useful for the blog. So, again, this is our community, and so your participation is really important to help us really pull this together. As I said, we've built a YouTube channel, and so we've got on the YouTube channel our tutorials, but also the community webinars. All the webinars are recorded. They're out there for 2014. The Paris meeting, a lot of those are out there already, so we're pulling all these together and making these available through our YouTube channel. We have the LinkedIn group on LinkedIn, the tranSMART group on LinkedIn, and so here again, we're again getting much more active here and trying to keep that up to date and giving you information if LinkedIn is your social media of choice, or if you like to tweet. We also have our Twitter account. We've again been trying to push a lot of things out there. We've got quite a few followers on both LinkedIn and Twitter, and so we'll continue to try to drive these as we keep you informed about what's happening and what's going on across the foundation. That's what I wanted to say, and I will pass this back over, I think, to Keith.
Keith, yeah. Thank you, Rudy.
That's great, Rudy. Thank you for that.